the show where I like to take online recipes and make them in real time. The only difference is today I'm going to be making something that I didn't see online. I saw in a TV show. I'm going to be making the spaghetti sauce featured in The Bear from the new series by FX, which is available on Hulu. I absolutely love this series and I highly recommend it. So, I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but if you've seen just the thumbnail for this, is the recipe. So when the recipe is found, there's only 3 ingredients listed. So those 3 ingredients are 10 garlic cloves, basil steeped in oil, and 28-ounce can of spaghetti sauce, and the little cans taste better. So there is no directions, and you don't see them really make the spaghetti sauce. You see like bits and pieces of it. So before I get into anything, I need to thank you guys so much. Because of the awesome viewers like you, there is a much better picture. I think everyone can tell the difference. Because of your support, my PayPal is in the description of this. I was able to get a new phone, new lens, a lot better picture. Thank you guys. I love you so much. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to seep the basil in oil. So what I have here is all the fresh basil I could collect off of my basil plant. And I'm going to put it in here. And I'm actually going to kind of like mix it up some. Why do you guys always do that? Oh, thank you. When I'm live, you know I'm going live. So, and the thing is, I really want to mix the olive oil with the basil oil. So I'm going to really kind of mix this up some. Now this olive oil is kind of I can't talk, kind of old. So what happened was we tried to open it and the thing broke. And then I got one of my guy friends to try to open it further and he broke the tabs. So I'm going to go really girly on this olive oil and I'm going to attempt to open it with a wine opener. When all else fails, aha. So, let me see if I can, that's not going to work. See if I can kind of invent a hack here. And I can't, it just pulled right out. So what I'm doing is I'm screwing the thingy in. And I'm going to attempt to use this to kind of, nope, it's just popping right back out. Anyway, I got a hole in my olive oil, so it's open. Put that aside because that needs washing out. And what I'm going to do, this is actually my magic bullet. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to completely soak my basil in the olive oil. Because what I'm doing, and usually with oil, you're just cooking with the oil. You actually, with this recipe, you want to taste the oil. So I'm going to make sure everything blends. If you guys haven't already, please, please, please hit the subscribe button. Like I said, my footage right now is upgraded. And that is in part to viewers who are supporting me. And believe it or not, just that subscribe button makes a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to blend this. Because what I'm doing is I'm cutting, rather than cut the basil, I really want that to mix. I want the oil from the basil to get into the olive oil. And now that I got that there, I mean, it's a nice little peri if you can see it. Whoops, if I hold it into the camera, not above. Let's see that. Yeah, nice little kind of puree. So that way it's going to absorb and blend together like that. Put my magic bullet aside for a while. Tap it a little bit so the oil sinks out. I'm going to go ahead and start my water for my spaghetti. And like I said, if you haven't seen this series, it is amazing. I rarely binge watch anything, Like, let me give you a hint. I have been binge watching Mystery Science Theater since September, and I'm only on season 4. So my binge watching habits are horrible. So for me to watch one season in about a day, like less than 24 hours, there's a basil leaf in the water. How did I manage that? It is such a good show. I highly recommend it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on high. I just filled the pot for my spaghetti. Usually when I make noodles, I add garlic salt. But because I'm going to be adding so much garlic to this recipe, I'm actually going to use some kosher and put that in the water so it'll boil faster. So, I lost my train of thought. I don't have the huge family and I don't have a recipe like you see on the bear. So instead of 10 cloves, I'm going to use 6. The reason for that is I'm actually going to cut the recipe in half. Same with the, I can't think of it. Same with the tomato sauce. I'm only using 1 can instead of 2. So this way, I have it kind of halfway down. Now, the reason I'm using 6 cloves is because when what the heck is that? I have a new phone. It makes so many sounds. I don't know what it's doing. So the reason I'm using 6 is when I use my garlic press, I actually like to use an extra clove for the lost oil that's in the press. Let me grab a knife real quick because I forgot to grab a knife. So now that I have this going, I'm going to, hopefully that water boils soon. I'm actually going to take my rubber spatula and I'm going to kind of like carve the oil in a little. See, like that. Because I really don't, that's beautiful. I mean, it doesn't look totally edible, but it's going to be delicious. It's kind of like a very liquefied pesto, which I love pesto and basil. To be completely honest, I am kind of tempted to throw oregano in this. And I think my burner's on fire. Almost. So excuse me while I turn that on. Something got on my burner. It's okay. It'll burn off or catch fire. Either way, it's going to be exciting. So I got my oil in here, and I'm going to let that heat up. I'm going to put it on 3. Ooh, that burner is really smoking. Actually, you know what? I ain't got time for you today. I'm just going to move my pot to another burner. So, I'm going to put my spatula aside. And now, like I said, when you use, usually I'd use fresh garlic, but I really don't feel like peeling 6 thingies of garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it in my garlic press. Now, the recipe calls for 10. Remember, I'm cutting it in half, only doing 5. When you use the press, I add 1 for the missing oil. I'm going to go ahead and just cut the tips off. Or not. I need a sharper knife, excuse me. If I can grab it. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to cut off the tips because I don't like the little tippy things that go in here. And do I have that on? I have that on. Cool. So, oh, hey, the garlic press is acting wonky. Oh, hey. And I guess the garlic press might actually break. We'll see. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, because it was cracking last night. So there's one. Okay, cut the tip off another one. And these are some big ones. One of the reasons, there's actually a couple reasons that I wanted to grab the peeled garlic, because usually I do use fresh, is I kind of wanted like a uniform size for them. Okay. But maybe I decide to go to, oh, this is definitely breaking. This is the fun part about cooking on live. There's no blooper reel, and oh my goodness, a piece just broke off into the pan. Scoop that out. So where did that come? Oh, I see where it broke. Okay. This whole thing is going to snap. So, looks like I got to go to the dollar store for another garlic press. In the meantime, I hate slicing garlic because it's so little, but I'm going to have to. So let me grab a little cutting board. By the way, these spots, I know a couple people have mentioned them on my counter. It's not dirt. The laminate or whatever it is actually coming off. It's a very old apartment. So. Like I said, I really don't like cutting garlic because it just doesn't have the same feel. So there's 2 cloves, 3, cut the tip. And I guess this is kind of a blessing in disguise because it gives the basil some time to really seep into that oil. Okay. Yeah, like this is so tiny. Okay, and the smaller you can get it, the more flavor it's going to release. Okay. Actually, let me go ahead and grab them before I lose count. 4, 5, and since I'm not pressing, I'm just going to go ahead with 5 rather than the 6. That, and I don't feel like cutting anymore. Haha. And if you see what I'm doing, I'm really going like paper. You can't see what I'm doing. I am so sorry. I'm going really paper thin. So I know I am so thankful for the new phone. Again, you guys are awesome. My PayPal is in the description. The next goal that I'm going to set, and I haven't set it yet because I kind of need to do some shopping, is I already have a camera thing planned. I might need a camera person, but I'm definitely going to have a laptop so I can have these kind of produced, have somebody direct them so I can have multiple cameras and more going on while I upload live. So what I did is I actually held both sides of the garlic that time, and I was able to get some notches in it, which actually is working out a little better. So now that I have, I don't know, it'll break apart. I'm not too worried about it. So now that I have my 5 garlic cloves, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that on the oil. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn up the temperature of my garlic, oil, and basil. I'm going to really kind of like melt them all together. So Huh, that's a weird glitch. Okay. Out of the way. And what is going on here? So I'm going to use a spoon. And if you can see, it's kind of already boiling. So this is a really cool recipe. I think these ingredients are going to make really flavorful, but it might also be very bland. So I got the oil boiling and really heating up the garlic. So I'm going to let that go for a second while I open this can of tomato sauce. And it's 1 20-ounce can of tomato sauce. In the recipe, remember, he uses 2 show, but he's also making a lot. So I'm going to turn it down just a bit while I try to get this can opener to work. There we go. No, we don't. Ah, the kitchen where nothing works. When in doubt, you just got to go old-fashioned. And this one barely works too. What the heck? Come on. This isn't fair. Okay. I will get this can open. There we go. 17th try. Now, like I said, this is really just tomato sauce. That is all it is. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the oil. And I'm going to turn this completely down to low. Because the secret to spaghetti sauce is you want to do, hey, thank you, I did get it, is low and slow. So now that I got that in there, like I said, I'm really tempted to throw oregano in it, but I really want to stay, true to the show. And what this is going to do is it's a very basic spaghetti sauce. Because like what you see right now is you can actually see the oil on top of it. So as it cooks, it's going to combine. And it actually looks pretty good. You can see the basil and the garlic popping up. So what this is it's, like I said, it's super, super basic. You can add literally anything and anything you possibly want into this and make it your own sauce. So, you know, rather than grabbing a jar of Prego, what am I talking about? You can just make your own sauce. You can add meat, tomatoes, mushrooms. I personally would add a lot more seasoning, definitely mushrooms, some onion in there, and some either ground chicken or ground beef. So that should be awesomely delicious. So I got the water boiling. I got the sauce cooking, like I said, low and slow. That's actually a little too low. I'm going to put it up to a 2. Clean this off. Clean up my station a little while I wait for the water to boil, which is usually my kryptonite, is the water never boils. And a lot of you have been asking, almost begging me lately, to stop turning off the camera. You want to see everything from start to finish. And you know what? We're going to do that. So I almost got it going. Almost. Give it a stir, see if it wakes up some. There we go. It's starting to move a little bit. That's good. So, like I said, like the sauce, low and slow, usually the way you got it. And I can feel it in the pot. It's warm. Like I'm not touching it. Obviously, don't stick your hand in a hot pot. So, I got that going. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put the spaghetti in. So, I know this breaks Italian mothers' hearts. when you break the spaghetti. However, I was raised Irish Slovak. Hey, hi, Stephen. It's awesome to see you too. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to break this into the water so it can start boiling. So get this going. And of course, throw spaghetti everywhere. It doesn't matter. Not like it's flammable or anything, right? So get that in. Yes. Ah! So I now got 7 minutes. Here's the cool thing about getting a new phone. Thank you again for that. You guys don't know how much that means to me. I really appreciate it. So I have a phone and a spare device. So now I can actually use the timer rather than walk off camera in time. So thank you for that. That is wicked. So let me set my timer for 7 minutes according to the spaghetti directions. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And while that cooks, I'm just going to let the sauce go low and slow and stir it now and then. So now I got 7 minutes with you guys. I am going to take the time. Weird. I'm going to take the time and I'm going to talk to you guys a little about, please remember to subscribe. My fan base has gotten increasingly, where is the strainer? Oh. Oh no, yay, got it. Strainer! My channel, for whatever reason, has gotten very male dominated, and that's awesome. But I do like doing this for everyone. So I really appreciate it. Moms, girlfriends. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you. Oh, that popped up way too fast. Hold on. Anyway, moms, wives, sisters, daughters, fiancés, whatever, please let the women in your life know that I do this. And I absolutely love doing this because I feel like there is actually a shortage of people who can cook with the rising cost of DoorDash, gasoline, everything. You need to learn. And it's a skill that everybody should have. Like I was talking to the girl at the grocery store today and she was saying that when she gets off tonight, she's going to have a pot pie that was frozen. And I'm like, that's not acceptable. 30 minutes. I mean, right now I'm at 23 and you can have awesome spaghetti with your homemade sauce. The kitchen where nothing works. Yep, that's how I feel. Excuse me. I apologize for that. So, the water's boiling. That's working. So, and like I said, with the rising cost, gas is almost up to $5. Oh boy. Gas is almost up to $5 a gallon here in the U.S. Things are getting really tight. It might be possible that I go on hiatus tomorrow, not being able to afford to do this anymore. Just ingredients, the gas to get said ingredients, and even pay my electric bill or my internet bill. So if you haven't already, remember to subscribe. And those of you who are hitting my PayPal with donations, you guys are the best. And I absolutely love and adore you. Like I said, the next step I'm going to take with this is definitely getting a computer. I already have leftover webcams and stuff, so I can have multiple angles going, multiple things going, and really upgrade the show. But I can't do that without you guys, and I have been blessed so much by you. I really appreciate it. That being said, I now got I got time. I still have 3 minutes left, and I have said before that I was an idiot away from starting a wall of shame. So actually, notification has come up 3 times. I'm actually kind of worried about it. Anywho. Oh, so the Maxwell woman who was with that pedophile island guy got 20 years in prison. Cool. Anyway, it's nice to just sit here and cook. It's nice to feel like you're doing something for your family. You don't have to worry about politics, which I am so sick of lately. So, whoops. Spill water everywhere while you turn the spaghetti. Which, if you haven't seen it yet, the garlic press breaking on me and the can opener not working, that's not new. I mean, there's been times I have flung things across the kitchen. I'm really good at projectiles. So, and I'm so excited about this. I mean, this spaghetti sauce is so easy and generic. Like I said, you can add anything to it. And I think this is the type of sauce that nobody's not going to like. Because it has like the basic ingredients. And I probably should a little longer than I'm going to let it go. I'm actually going to turn it up to boiling and then turn it back down. Because it's still separated from the oil. Because here's the thing, if you watch the show, there's no directions on the sauce. Just the 3 ingredients, which are very important, which if you have not seen The Bear, please, for the love of God, see it. It is so good. So I got it, yeah, it's starting to pulse. So stir it while it's pulsing a little. I don't want to bruise the sauce by overheating it. Now that I got it at that temperature, let it pulse again. I'm going to start turning it down a little to like medium. It's not too bad. It's actually got, I mean, it doesn't look bland. It actually looks quite chunky, which I'm happy about. Everything looks fresh in it. I don't know why y'all do that when you know I'm live. So let's see how much time we have now. Oops, I'll see if I put my code in right. So yeah, I have a spare device, which is really cool. Whoops, what was that? Uh-oh, whoops, turn it down just a smidge. I'm gonna put you back on low, you're misbehaving. Stop that. That sauce is hot. Oh, I have 20 seconds left. Cool. So my noodles are just about ready. So while that is going, let me grab a bowl real quick. And of course I hit the restart button instead of stop. Stop, thank you. Grab my bowl, get me a fork. And turn this off. I'm going to keep that on as long as possible. I'm going to go ahead and drain these noodles. Okay. Of course, there's the stragglers, which have to be beat out of the pot. Now, I like, with the colanders, or however you say them, I like the ones that hang from your sink. That way they keep it out of And I'm actually really tempted to mix the spaghetti with the noodles. But I think I'm just going to do it like on top for right now. So, where is my spaghetti fork? Oh, hello. Spaghetti fork. So let me grab some noodles here out of my sink, which, here, let me show you guys. like this. It has a hook on it, so you can just drain the noodles. I'm sorry that it's off camera. So I'm gonna grab just 2 forkfuls of spaghetti. Well, not 2, more like 1.5. And I'm going to try this sauce at last, which probably should cook for maybe an hour or 2. But being at home and live, I really don't have time for that, which I'm not really concerned. The flavor is going to be there. But yeah, definitely, if you're doing this at home and you have time to cook this sauce, let it go on low and simmer for as long as you possibly can. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try the spaghetti. That's actually really good. I was expecting it to be bland. But the oil has a lingering flavor. And I'm sorry, I am kind of missing it. I'm going to put oregano in it. I mean, like I said, this is the type of sauce that you can add anything to. And it becomes yours. You've owned it. This is just like a base. Try to get some of that lingering oil out of it. And some Parmesan. Actually, I haven't opened Parmesan. I need to go through before I get this one. And I like the Parmesan Romano. So open this one first. I can really smell that oregano. It smells great. I would add definitely parsley, oregano, a little bit of cilantro and thyme with rosemary, and some definite onions to it. Make it a little more seasoned, but this is good. That definitely tastes homemade, and this could bring your family together. Just the it's not generic like you get from a jar. I really like it. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe. I try to do twice a week on YouTube. I also post on TikTok, which is also Ember Burns Black. Thank you so much. I worked really hard on it. Not right now, but on the replay, when this goes off and comes back on again, please leave some recipes in the description. I would love to try your recipes. So, thank you guys so much. Stay gorgeous.